Yo, what is up everyone? So in this vid I'm gonna show you a collab beat I made with Zdrewe. If you don't know who Zdrewe is, he's a fire producer, he's killing it on IG, and yeah, I was like, let's just make a beat together. And he sent me one of his melodies and the beat turned out like this. Yeah, it's really fire, and what I'm gonna do now is take you to Zdrewe. He will explain how he made the melody, and then I will talk about how I made the drums.
What's up guys, my name is Zdrewe, and at first I would like to thank my boy Geortz for having me here to do a breakdown for one of my melodies from my latest loop kit, which you can download for free on my Instagram. So the main sound here is this bell. As you can already tell, I went with a triplet vibe, but one main thing you need to know when you make your melodies like this, they can be pretty boring. To make that more interesting, I decided to go with some stops here and there, basically at the end of the bar. So for the processing. Simple EQ, cutting the lows, fab filter Pro C, catching the peaks of the sound, delay, my favorite one, Timeless 3 by Fab Filter, you should guys definitely check it out, worth every single penny, and true gem for all the producers of Valhalla Vintage Verb. There is one little thing you can do for your melodies to make them even more interesting. Try to use this plugin. It's called Looperator and it's made by Sugar Bytes. You can go pretty crazy with this, like for example make some starters, repeat some parts of your sounds, and so on and so on, add some filters, crazy shit. I think Travis Scott will be proud, but for this loop I just went with a simple tape stop effect at the end of the bar when the melody stops. There you go. Next sound are those strings. To be honest, nothing crazy going on here, just simple chords accenting the bell melody. For the processing, I used the same reverb and cut the lows from the sound. Third sound, which adds a character to this whole loop, is a flute. From my experience, flutes always work well, no matter what type of loop you will make. The melody is very simple, but as you can see, what adds some spice here are those slides. So, another gem for you guys. Definitely do not sleep on this plugin. It's a tape emulation from Waves, and of course you can use it as a regular tape emulation plugin, but in the preset section there is a cool little folder called Delay and Effects, and whole lot of gems in here. Like for example, just listen to this. Like some invasion on your doll. But for this loop I went with my favorite one, and it's called Old Tape Delay. Of course it's a delay, so you will get the delayed sound, right? Thank you, Captain Obvious. But I like to turn this two knobs off and leave it just like a regular tape with some wow and flutter. If you're not satisfied with this effect, you could always just crank up the input. And it gets even greedier. So for the listening purpose of this loop, I decided to use a bass. And to be honest with you, it's a preset from Analog Lab. Actually, the first one which shows up when you open up Analog Lab. And the last thing, some ambience to spice it up. It's just a one shot from the random pack I downloaded. But it works pretty well here. So, just listen to the whole loop. Okay, so I think that's all for today from me. Once again, thank you George for having me. And guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram, not gonna lie, you're missing out. I'm trying to drop as many jams as I can to help our producers community grow even bigger. Once again, I'm Zdrewe. Thanks for tuning in. And guys, subscribe to this channel. Some more jams coming.
Okay, so before I dive into the drums, I want to talk about a few stuff I did with the melody. I took these two parts from the melody and this one that has like more of a pitch down effect, which really blends great with the rest of the drums, as you will see later. And what I also did was I duplicated it and I pitched it up an octave and I sent both to their own channels and I added stereo enhancer to both of them, so they sound wider and they don't clash with each other. And of course I routed them to their own bus and made it more stereo. So that's what I did with the melody, and they sound like this together, instead of having only one. So let's go to the drums right now. First of all, the 808. As you can tell, I use a Spins 808, and here is how it sounds. Really nice touch on the 808s is to pitch them up an octave higher than what they are supposed to do. That creates more bounce, and also it adds a surprise effect to the listener who thinks that it's only gonna be like the same octave, but it's something else. After the 808 we have this snare right here. Pretty simple from my drum kit. And I also added this percussion right here to add more bounce to the beat. It sounds like this. Then let's go to the close hi-hats, which is the most important factor of the drums in my opinion in this beat, because they pretty much go along with the melody. So here are the hi-hats with the melody as well, so you can understand what I'm saying. The last thing I added was that open hat. As you can tell, I played with the pitch once again, and I also changed some stuff to the velocity to add a bit more, swing to it, some rhythm, some bounce. Yeah, that's the whole beat. Huge shout out to Zdrewe. Make sure you follow him. I will put the links to everything about him down below. And yeah, right now I'm gonna play the whole beat together. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Zdrewe is dropping jams.
George on that check.